homebistro.com. Freshly prepared, home-delivered, restaurant-quality gourmet meals delivered straight to your home. Choose from over 50-plus gourmet meal options cooked by world-class chefs and delivered frozen, ready to eat within minutes and no commitment. Welcome to the one-shop gourmet food delivery, specializing in affordable options to eat right and feel great. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Every ingredient is handpicked to the highest standard. And why you should buy from homebistro.com? Restaurant quality, made with natural ingredients, delivered right to your door. Overnight shopping is available. Diabetic, paleo, heart health, and vegetarian options to eat. Doing business since 1999. Courteous, knowledgeable, and professional support. Complete PCI compliant SSL security ordering, and great meals. Choose from some of my favorite dishes: the Mediterranean chicken with orange honey sauce, the charbroiled chicken romesco, or the grilled chicken breast with sweet and spicy vegetables. No matter what you choose, you can't lose with homebistro.com. Eat great, feel good, and save some money with homebistro.com. Hit the link in the description section below for more information.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
I'll keep it short so we can get to questions. FYI, I'm on a car ride. I've got a beautiful wife chauffeur right now, taking me to the airport to go have fun with Will Lutz for a little bachelor party action. And so I'm looking forward to hanging with those guys. But look, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude and just thanks. You know, the experience I've had with the Saints has been, there's not one part of it that I would complain about, or, you know, the whole thing's just been outstanding. And I'm obviously sad to be moving on from the team. But it's not as if I haven't prepared for this moment in a lot of different ways. But it is shocking. And I'm just grateful to all of you in the media. You know, I obviously had, the season I had wasn't to the normal standard that I've set. And there's a variety of reasons for that. And, I just felt like you guys have always treated myself and my teammates with fairness and with, integrity. And I just appreciate that. So, all I'd say is New Orleans has been amazing to me and my family. We're in the process of building our home right now here. This is home, regardless of where the rest of my career takes me. My kids have all been born here, and the fans and our supporters, it's just been exceptional. And so that's all I got.
That's Thomas Morstead chiming in, family, on his thoughts. Of course, you hear Tommy Morstead, man, feel a little choked up in this one, man. And First ballot Hall of Fame punter he is, in my opinion, and absolutely a class act at every level. He well represented the Who Dat Nation to the best of his ability, and a true class act. Tommy Morstead was the man with the Saints. First ballot Hall of Fame punter, in my opinion, man. He did it big. And also doing it big is you guys. And you guys, thank y'all for joining me for this installment of the Sports Coma. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q, and you the great Saint Think Tank. The best of the black and gold nation is in full effect. I salute the great Saint Think Tank, and thank y'all for joining me with this one entitled Saints Cut Punter Thomas Morstead and more. And of course, family, I'd like to give a big mighty who dat to the entire Who Dat Nation, the black and gold nation, the best of all football fan bases is the black and gold. I heard somebody said the best one was some other team. I laughed at him. I ain't trying to crap on your team, buddy, but you don't know nothing about this here. But anyway, big ups to the black and gold family members. We're gonna talk about some stuff today. I wanted to do a live chat show today, but we're not gonna do the live chat show today. We're gonna do it tomorrow. I talked to Black Suede. He having a little difficulty as well, but I'm gonna let Suede talk to y'all about that. He'll be on the show tomorrow, and we'll be doing it big on an extended edition Sports Coma tomorrow. People can chime in, questions, concerns, comments, and all that on our Friday night special. It'll be going down, and we'll probably get it going right around between 5 and 6. So just hit your notification bell so that you can be briefed on when it's time to do this in here. So big ups to the Black and Gold Nation. I thank y'all for being in this joint once again for another show. And of course, the Saints they released Thomas Morstead. Truth be told, the Saints really wanted to do it last year. That's why Blake Gillikin was on the team, and he developed an injury that kept him sidelined for the entire season. And remember, the Saints, usually when you start off the season with two punters, somebody got to go. So, I mean, really, they had, he kept around. Of course, the C19 year, the Saints were all in with Morstead. And of course, like he just said, he's an honest guy. He said last year, man, it wasn't his best season, but he still wants to punt. But his best years are here. And he, as you hear, he's definitely appreciated to the city of New Orleans. This is his city, building a house, and everything like that there. So big ups to Thomas Morstead and his entire family, man. And that's what we do for people who do for us. When you show us love, we show you absolute love. Nobody love harder than a Who Dat fam. I'm going to just keep it real with you. It's just how we was raised. All right, let's go through the roll call in the chat. Who dat to you? Gabe Thomas. What's up, Gabriel? Who dat to you? Smokeless, young brother, Smokeless. YT's in the building. Who dat to you, young Smokeless? KK504 and 404 lady is in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's right. All right. Good to see you in the chat as well. Saint Gunner. What's up, baby? Slade Smith, who dat to you? Brian Pearson, who dat to you? Lavelle Brown, who dat to you? Michael Sachs Jr. What's up, Mike? Good to see you, bro, in the chat. Big up. Simply Tasha, who dat to you? Good to see you as well. Brother Jerry Paul Jr. is in the building. Who dat to you? Josh Goat 23. Who dat to you? KB. Who dat to you? Big ups to you. Cameron. What's up, Cameron? Who dat to you as well? Appreciate you being here. Tramal Keller. What's up, brother Tramal? Who dat to you? Joe Gidry. What's up, Joe? Big ups to you, fam. Good to see you as well in the building. What's up, Kyle? Big ups to Kyle in the building as well. Much love, fam. Good to see you. And who dat to you? Brandon Reese. Who dat to you as well? Jai Williams, who dat to you? Kenny Sutton, who dat to you? Trey Joseph, who dat to you? Tech Saint, what's up, brother? Who dat to you, Tech Saint? Young City Night Ward, who dat to you as well? Big ups to the family members, man, charming in this thing. What's up, Dave Debendetto from Jersey? Dave chiming in from Jersey. He's in the building as well. What's up, Dave? Good to see you, brother. All right, the rest of the family members, who else we got chiming in? I won't lose out nobody. Joseph, what's up, Joe? Joe Thomas in the building. Who that to you? Steve Jerome, also who that to you? All right, let's see who else we got here. Dada, brother Dada's in the building. What's up, brother Dada? Big ups to you, my brother. Good to see you in the chat as well. Hope everything going okay with you and the fams. All right, who else we got? 985J in the building. What's up, 985J? What's up, brother, man? How you doing, brother? How you and the family doing, bro? Hope everything's all right. Always good to see you in the chat as well. So big ups to all the family members chiming in up in this piece. Much love to you guys. I appreciate you guys for chiming in on this edition of the show. This Thursday show, as we kind of give a lot of love to Tommy Morstead. He opened up the broadcast today, talking his speech, and it's good to hear Tommy Morstead, playing so long, man. Him and Drew Brees, been here forever. And to see him goes is almost like when you see Tommy Morstead out the door, get ready to see Drew Brees join him. And I often caution the family. What's up, old Cooler? Who that to my dog, old Cooler McGee? Big ups to you. All right, Jerry. Jerry says he was a Yucks fan. All right. You had to sit him in a naughty corner. Okay, I got you. Oh, next time you act up, brother Jerry, put him in a naughty corner and put a dunce cap on his goddamn head. Some people just don't know how to act if they win something. But then again, boy, if you was thirsty for 7 years, you'd be trying to drink everything running. Oh, the people lost for 7 years straight, a 7-year playoff drought. And they finally, man, oh my goodness. But hey, man, whatever, man, you can chill, bro. Just have some class about it. Have some integrity. Do you see me in your chat yelling at you when we won the Super Bowl or saying stuff, Even we was kicking the Bucks' asses. I wasn't in their chats or on their shows trolling them. Have a little class, why don't you? All right, what's up, fam? Cap Man at 2020. Big ups to you, fam. Good to see you. Brother Dewan Mead, what's up, fam? Good to see you as well. Much love to all the family. Lit Cookies is in the building. What's up, Lit Cookies? It's been a while, fam. So it's been a long time. Had some stuff to do. All right, I got you, Lit Cookies. It's all right. It's all right. Good to see you back up in this piece. But that's what's going on. So it's real. It's real. It's real. So with that being said, man, Tommy Morstead, in my opinion, man, fantastic player. But listen, I before all this stuff jumped off, I kept kind of bracing, kept throwing out and saying to the family members, kind of bracing everybody for the inevitability of what is going to happen with this team. I kept trying to caution everybody, say, listen, fam, this team is not going to look the same this upcoming year. There is no way in the world that you can go Super Bowl or bust and then get busted and expect to retain some of the players that help you get to where you at to be one of the best teams in the league last year. Will not happen. Especially with the C19 cap coming up on you, forcing you to make crippling moves right now. And the Saints was kicking that can down the line for years. And when the C19 hit, it forced the Saints to have a raw reality. They were sitting up there north of 70 million. Now they pulling it down, doling it down. But like I said, if you want an opportunity to go out and, know what it's going to take, I told y'all it took me 19 transactions. I used a tool on SportTrack to pull the Saints from out of it. It was 75 million, I think it was at the time. We did it last week. It's on a previous show. And I did it live on air, and I said, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. Restructurings, releasings, all of that. It took me 19 transactions to get the Saints out of the $70+ million hole and then get them to a surplus of 10 to 15 north of that. So you can have money to sign draft picks and also had signed cheap experienced veterans, or might even be able to get you a good one, a good vet, surprisingly one good surprise player with a cheap first year, and then you have the step pyramid going on up, in terms of how Mickey does it. But Mickey was on the show a few days back, and he told us he was going to keep it real deal, Holyfield, and that he was going to stay on Sean Payton's neck. Y'all heard him. But anyway, what's up, Brandon? And and the rest of the fact. But that's the thing that's really interesting. What's up, Lee? Lee Wood chiming in from the Philippines. What's up, Lee? Our international family members is live and direct. Big ups to you. But that would said, it wasn't much of a surprise. We knew ultimately he was going to get cut. They wanted to do it last year. That's why Blake Gillikin and him made the team at the same time. But they decided to keep him because it was the Super Bowl or bust. Why get rid of my Hall of Fame punter this year if I don't have to. Blake Gillikin isn't going anywhere. Then they had this really flimsy injury that kept him on, that IR'd him for the entire year. Even Bob Rose came on and talked about that. I'm going to have to get Bob back in here. What's up, Steve? Steve says, I actually enjoy your show, shaking my head. Well, Steve, I appreciate you being here, brother. I appreciate you, Steve. I appreciate you chiming in. You know, we have all kind of family members from all over the place that chime in from other teams. We got Dallas Cowboy people. We got the Raiders. We got the Buccaneers. You're not alone. They got the Titans. And there's, you know, it's different people that subscribe to the channel and enjoy the content. So let's please not knock off Steve. Let's leave Steve alone, please. He said, Steve, if Steve ain't saying if Steve ain't saying nothing to get his top knocked off, let's let Steve make it for 9. And of course, you know, if he says something else, you know, then knock his block off. I'm just keeping it real, Steve. I'm just saying, you can be here, but there is too many sharpshooters in here. I can't control them all. Boy, they got them, but they all up. It's like 1,000 different, it's all 1,000 different red lines. You come up in here, I'm telling you, there's sharpshooters everywhere. They looking for targets. There's blood in the water, blood in the water, blood in the water. I mean, it's all over the place. And if you get smart on some stuff, I can't help what they do. Listen, you know what I'm saying? I can't help them. I can't help. Listen, Steve, you on your own, brother. I can't help them when they get a little trigger happy sometimes because they ain't gonna play it, baby. You know, I can't stop them, bro. So just watch what you say. What's up, Eternal Absolute? Big ups to you. Much love to you as well. Appreciate all the family members, man. Uncle Paulie's in the building as well. Please hit upon the like button, family, for joining up in here. And much love. My dog Scoob was in the building. What's happening, pimping? And big ups to him as well and the rest of the family members chiming in on this thing. Now, listen. We got some news, notes, and items we're going to get to. And like I want to say it again for the family members that's just tuning in. Once again, hit the like button. If you aren't a subscriber, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. Big ups to Aura Bruce Galbraith. I hope I'm saying that right. Galbraith. Aura Bruce Galbraith, who subscribed to the Great Saint Think Tank. Clean Hands as well. Big ups to Clean Hands, and that's always a good place to be as well. Todd Redu and a few other family members that subscribe to the Great Saint Think Tank as well. Big ups to you guys. Appreciate y'all being here. What's up, brother Troy? Troy in the building as well. Much love, fam. All right, now let's get into some of these news, notes, and items, fam. We're going to get into it now. Another thing for this show. Tomorrow, I'm just going to brief you guys. We got Black Suede. I talked to my dog Suede. He'll be on our Friday show tomorrow. We'll open up the phone lines. Then we'll have a Friday free for all. It'll be commentary, whatever. Something tell me we might have some good news coming up on this weekend too. So we'll see. Word on the street. But we'll have Suede on the Friday show. We'll have the chat. We'll open up the chat line so everybody can comment, get on the show. We'll do all that Friday. Today, I got a lot of stuff I got to do. Pelican post-game report. I got some other stuff I'm working on as well. So I can't really do it today. I'm time restricted. What's up, Debo? Big ups to Debo, man. Debo said the only exciting thing the Saints can do is trade for Russell Wilson or Watson. Other than that, we just gonna cut, resign, and just have to. He says, wait what we have, I guess. But yeah, you got a point on that, Debo, man. We gotta watch all that, bro. It's all 60 million. That's all you can do is snip, and cut. That's why I had to break out the big scissors. Y'all get used to seeing them big ass scissors on that thumbnail because they're gonna be around. It's going to be around for some time until we get down underneath there. All right, now let's get to going, fam. So please hit the like button, subscribe if you aren't a subscriber. Here we go. Let's cover our first news, notes, and items. I got 5 articles. That's right, the furious 5 articles to go over with you today. And of course, the thumbnail and the star of the show is quite obviously going to be talking about the. This ain't the right article. It's the fact that the Saints did ultimately decide to release Tommy Morstead, which is not a surprise. We all knew eventually Tommy Morstead would be released. We knew that off top. That is not a surprise to us at all. So with that being said, had a little problem. Okay, what we did know is ultimately, hold on here, fam. Let me see what's going on here with this blinking and all this crap. All right, let's get the hell off of that place. We'll do something else with that. So hold on here. Let me bounce off of that. All right, let's get off of that. All right, now we'll start it off like this. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get to know, I guess we can move out of that for now, but we'll get into the Tommy Morstead article. We'll flash back to this article. This is coming from Saints Wire about Blake Gillikin, right? And Blake Gillikin, we'll cover that because this is the guy that'll be replacing Tommy Morstead, who the Saints have. And remember, they picked up Gillikin off the island. I mean, no, I'm just joking. He need to get used to that. You're going to have to get used to the Gilligan Island references. But the reality is they got him from Penn State. You know what I'm saying? They got him from Penn State. And obviously, the assistant coach, special teams coach, coached there. And, of course, it's the ties that bind. Gillikin was referenced to him. He had a familiarity and a relationship with Gillikin from Penn State. And he reached back and said, we got a hell of an athletic punter. He won't cost over $2 million. You can bring Gillikin in for cheap and save a lot of money. So a lot of the people that helped the Saints win games for many years, get ready for them leaving on. All of this is definitely going to change to something else. And I've said that. This team will look drastically different than what it looked like before. Is that a good thing and bad thing? Well, eventually change has to happen. Now, if you're proactive and intelligent enough, you can then direct the change yourself. But in the old wise words of Mystical, handle your business, don't let your business handle you. Which reigns true because either you do it or it'll be done by nature. And trust me, you won't like how nature does it. All right, teammate reacts to Saints terminating contract with Tommy Morstead. Of course, everybody was kind of this was eventually coming. Even Tommy Morstead, to a degree, understood that he was eventually going to lose. But just look how the teammates reacted to continuing without him. Saints kicker Will Lutz thanked Morstead for pushing him every day on the practice field and in the weight room, while special teams ace Justin Hardy called the experience of working Morstead a privilege and legendary. One of Morstead's fellow team captains, defensive end Cam Jordan, wished him the best and expect to see him often around town, though he noted it won't be the same now that they aren't teammates anymore. So you can see Morstead right there throwing the arm over the shoulder of Will Lutz, obviously, to kind of keep his countenance up. And, of course, you see a lot of the things right here of guys, man, playing together on the special teams. And you can see these guys right there, like you said, they're headed toward, going out to Will Lutz. I think Will Lutz is having a bachelor party, I want to say. So he's about to get married. So good luck to Will Lutz and the rest of them. And, of course, that's a tweak from Blake Gillikin of Gillikin's Island. Said, to me, there isn't a more impressive player in football than Tommy Morstead. As a young player, you look for people to emulate and model your game after. Well, Blake Gillikin, let me tell you something. You found a hell of a guy. Donovan, brother Donovan, who that to you? Thank you, Michael. Michael Sachs with the super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. He says, bye, Cook, a.k.a. Beetlejuice from Howard Stern, LOL. I used to call him Drew Holiday. He looked like a big, vicious version of Drew Holiday. And then, of course, the Tin Man is also funny. Thank you for the super chat, Michael. But as you can see, Blake Gillikin, man, and to be honest with you, it's a fantastic thing to see. And we opened the show with Tommy Morstead talking about continuing his career, in New Orleans. But obviously, you look at what the Saints did. Now, releasing Tommy Morstead was a cap cost move, of course, and we knew it was time to move on. $2.5 million in cap space, it frees up. And, of course, they said, this one hurts. Multiple reports confirm the release of it. Don't hurt. Tommy Morstead, eventually time catches us all. It was time for Tommy to go. Big Smokey, what's up, fam? Good to see you in the chat, bro. Big ups to you. And, like I said, Tommy Morstead is a class act, man. He was cool seeing him here. New Orleans Saints parted ways with the fan favorite. 205 games together, including the playoffs and a Super Bowl victory. The move saves $2.5 million against salary cap, leaving $2 million in dead money. Morstead fell in 2020 after his body began breaking down from a decade of high-level performance. He averaged the fewest yards, punt 43.1 of his career, and had difficulty going for long-distance tries. A bunch of, punts that, it was just time, man. It was just time. Though his accuracy is still there, he should land with another team sooner or later. It's still painful to see his era come to a close. Morstead was critical to one of the most iconic plays in Super Bowl history as a rookie. After he completed the ambush onside kick to win the Saints' possession to open the second half of the Super Bowl that year. Remember that? And he's been a leader on the team for years, invested in local businesses, worked around the local charity efforts. He was 190 regular season appearance, ranked fourth best in franchise history, second among the most among active players, trailing only the mighty Drew Brees with 228. And while it's a small consolation, the Saints do have a replacement in mind. Of course, Blake Gillikin was here, was stashed on injury reserve last season, an undrafted rookie out of Penn State, having put together a solid college career where he worked with Phil Galliano, who is the assistant special teams coach underneath our current special teams coordinator. So that's the connection. Gillikin signed with the Saints for $5,000 signing bonus, held his own with Morstead in training camp. They might bring in some competition for him over the summer, but it's his job to lose. They like this kid a lot, and I think eventually he will end up getting the deal. So Tommy Morstead, in my opinion, is a class act. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Ultimately, I think he was a terrific commodity. We also realize and recognize that the Saints really wanted to make it last year, but kept him for the run. And ultimately, this year, we knew that he wouldn't make it. A lot of people not going to make it, fam. And I like to look at it like this. I don't think it's such a bad thing because Tommy Morstead turned in great years with the black and gold. He was well compensated, well loved, and will continue to be a well loved person here because of all the great things that he did for the field, for the team on the field, and for the community off the field. He was a model person. And that's the great thing. And I celebrate that about Tommy Morstead. I must celebrate that about Drew Brees and a lot of other these great players that had serious contributions on the field to play for the black and gold and off the field in the community setting and all these different charitable endeavors. I celebrate that. So eventually all things have to come to an end. That is the cycle of life and death, whether it's this or that. Sooner or later, we all have to shift and do something else, right? So I celebrate Morstead's great contribution to the community and to the team as we move forward. So much love to Tommy Morstead, and that's what it is. But he wasn't the only one that had that the Saints cut money with. The punter, he's no longer the punter. He's no longer a guy on the team. Blake Gillikin is now going to lead that front. Will Lutz also had to be agreed to a restructuring as well. He agreed to rework his contract today, according to Luke Johnson. The Saints will reportedly save just under $2 million in cap space by spreading some of the dead money owed to Lutz into future years. Lutz wrapped up the 2020 with a career worst 82.1 field goal percentage. Get your mind around that. They call that a worst 82.1. That's how good this guy is. 82%. People will die in and all kind of stuff to have an 82% percentage like that. But that just shows you how great Will Lutz is, which sets up the 2020 up to be a pivotal year for him. So he'll be the veteran on the block, leading the young Blake Gillikin. And Will Lutz had an off year, but I expect him to rebound in full this upcoming year. He's one of the best kickers in the league, a top 3 in my opinion. He damn sure gets paid like one. So now that Tommy Morstead cost to give the Saints $2.5 million in savings, Will Lutz will save him $1.7 as well. So you can see the savings kind of adding together there. All right, let's move on to the next one. If Saints announce change additions to the coaching staff, were you aware about this? Who that to you, Will? Will Dickerson, big ups to you, fam. Much love. Big ups to you. Good to see you in the chat, Will. Big ups. Now, this is the interesting thing, man. The Saints announced changes, to the coaching staff. All right. Now, a lot of people probably didn't see this one, but Peyton announced those changes for the upcoming 2020 season. Coaching staff changes. Let's cover it. Multiple changes and additions. Entering the 6th season with the black and gold, Ronald Curry will coach the quarterbacks, right? He will coach the quarterbacks. So you think about Lombardi. Remember, Lombardi went to the Chargers to be the offensive coordinator, left the opening. So Ronald Curry will coach the quarterbacks in 2021. It marks his first season as the quarterbacks coach after serving as the wide receivers coach last year, actually from 2019 to 2020, and then working as an offensive assistant with the position group in 2016 to 2018. Since he was selected in the second round of 2016 NFL draft, Mike Thomas, who had 510 receptions or an NFL record through a player's first 5 NFL seasons. Also, Curry supervised the development of Traquan Smith, who has grabbed 16 touchdowns in the regular season and in the postseason combined since being selected in the 3rd round. Curry enters his 16th NFL season, having played wideout in 7 seasons for the Raiders and then served on the 49ers coaching staff for 2013-2015. Curry will enter a return to his roots in the quarterback position group, as he was a 4-year starter at the University of North Carolina from 98 to 01, where he left Chapel Hill with school career records, just under 5,000 passing yards and over 6,200 yards of total offense. So Ronald Curry, who was a quarterbacks coach, is making the jump to Curry, who was the wide receivers coach previously, is going to be coaching the quarterback. So Curry will become your new Joe Lombardi. He'll take over the QB quarterback position group. So there you go. He's the quarterback coach. All right, and to keep it moving, they ain't throwing this shifting around that they do. Because like, who are you going to get to replace the quarterbacks coach of Lombardi? Ronald Curry. Ryan Nielsen adds, of course, we know about his addition. He adds the assistant head coach title to his responsibilities of tutoring the Saints defensive line for his 5th season with the club. Nielsen possesses an extensive history of developing defensive linemen on both sides of college and professional levels. Since 2017, the 187 sacks recorded by the Saints ranked 3rd in the NFL, and the team had a league record 55-game regular season and post games combined streak of games without surrendering 100 yards rushing to an individual. Within his position group, Cam Jordan's 48 sacks are 4th in the NFL since 2017, while he has been selected to 4 consecutive Pro Bowls. In 2020, 4th-year defensive end Trey Hendrickson finished tied for second in the league with 13 and a half takedowns. So entering his 7th season, that's Nielsen. We're going to jump to the next coach entering his 7th season with the black and gold. Brendan Nugent will coach the offensive line in 2021. It marks his 1st season as an offensive line coach after serving as the assistant offensive line run game guy in 2020 and primarily working with the line since first serving as an offensive assistant in 2015. Nugent has assisted with an offensive line that has surrendered only 94 sacks since 2017, tied for the lowest total in the league. And then you understand why Russell won't come here. During the 4 seasons, 10 Pro Bowl selections have come from the Saints offensive line, including in 2020. During the 2020 campaign, the Saints produced a pair of offensive linemen, Morstead and Pete, and the group blocked for the NFL's 6th-ranked running game and an offense that rushed for a franchise record and league best 30 touchdowns, tied for the 6th highest single season total in NFL record books. Moving on, and here's Chris Rouchard, joins the black and gold as a secondaries coach after coaching the position group and the NFL for 10 years, including 5 as a defensive coordinator play caller. And then 2018-19, Richardson served as the passing game coordinator secondary of the Cowboys and oversaw a pass defense that improved in several key areas. He served on the coaching staff with the Seahawks from 2010 to 2017, served as the defensive coordinator his last 3 seasons, and he's coached 4 players to 13 Pro Bowl selections and 11 AP All-Pro selections. The Los Angeles native played 4 seasons in NFL with Seattle back in 02 and 04 and the Niners in 05 and started his coaching career with his alma mater in Southern Cal from 08 to 09. And Richard and Nielsen were college teammates with the Trojans. Did not know Nielsen and Richard were teammates from Southern Cal. Did not know that. That's a bit of a new news right there to me. But I always talked about the NFL being a league of people that pretty much are its relationships, and it's all about who you know. So with that being said, Dan Rouchard here's Dan Rouchard, who returns to coach tight ends as well as being promoted to the run game coordinator, a position he coached in 2015 for the Saints before assuming offensive line coaching duties for the team over the past 5 seasons. A former college quarterback and 35-year coaching veteran, Rouchard has tutored virtually every position group during his coaching career, as well as serving in 2 stints as the offensive coordinator at the college level. Over the past 4 seasons, Pro Bowl selections have come from Saints offensive line, including 2 in 2020. During the 2020 campaign, the Saints produced a pair of Pro Bowl offensive linemen in Morstead and Pete, and the group blocked for the NFL's 6th-ranked rushing game, a ranking achieved for the 2nd time in the past 4 seasons in an offense that's rushed for a franchise record league best 30 touchdowns. We covered that. Rouchard tutored the position in 2015 as he gets to, the tight end position. He tutored them in 2015 after coaching running backs and the position group he played in the role in NFL's ranking, 2nd ranking offense. As a unit, they combined for 101 receptions for 1,021 yards, 11 touchdowns, as he featured tight end as the featured tight end that season. Benjamin Watson's career, he had a career year, remember that? 74 grabs, 825, never could replace it. And also Josh Hill, Michael Hulamano Moody, Human, you won't call him, acquired early in the season to trade with the Patriots, combined for an additional 5 touchdowns, while also providing a valuable blocking presence. And of course, he makes Rouchard makes the jump to that tight end position, who then replaces Matt Campbell, who took the Detroit Lions job. So a lot of twisting and turning going on here. And of course, Zach Strief, he steps into the fold. Zach Strief fills in for the position that Brandon Nugent had. So he returns to the Saints as an assistant offensive line coach after serving as the club's radio play-by-play announcer, taking over for Jim Henderson, who was there for I don't know how long. The man was there for years. Strief originally was two 7-round picks, 10th overall, no 6 out of Northwestern. He appeared in 158 regular season games with 93 starts. Also appeared in 10 postseason games. Did a lot of great stuff as well. He also served as offensive team captain 5 times. With that being said, entering the 37th year of his coaching career, Jim Chaney joins the Saints as an offensive analyst. Now, this is very puzzling to me because this is something that I didn't see. Of course, we knew that you had to replace Matt Campbell, the tight ends coach. We know Dan Richard will become that. The offensive line coach is now Brandon Nugent. The assistant is Zach Strief, so that fills that position. The quarterback's coach is now Ronald Curry. So who's going to be they'll figure out who will be the wide receivers coach eventually. Somebody got to replace Curry, so they'll let you know that when you go down the line. So Curry's wide receiver job is that they got to figure that out. So, but the big news of the day after this is this one. Who the hell is Jim Chaney? Jim Chaney, and entering his 37th year of coaching, Jim Chaney joins the Saints as an offensive analyst. Really? Let's see what kind of stuff this guy has. Serving as an offensive coordinator in college for 25 years at the University of Tennessee, Georgia, Pittsburgh, Arkansas, Purdue. This guy been everywhere. Cal State, Fullerton, the Moon. The Holden, Missouri native and former Central Missouri State standout. Thank you, King Creole. Appreciate the super chat, King Creole. Much love, fam. Thank you for that. Much love to King Creole. Thank you guys for the super chats and the cash apps. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right. So with that being said, he also he's saying that Central Missouri State standout also has NFL coaching experience from a 3-year stint with the Rams, where he served as the offensive line coach in 06-07 and 2 to tight ends in 08. This man is coming on as a offensive analyst. Now, who is he going to be offensive analyzing? Who is he going to be analyzing? Will it be the Peyton? Did the Peyton actually get somebody to keep him in check with his offense? Is that what's going on here? That's really the story behind the story to me. Now, they give you his accolades, but they got this generic picture. They might as well put up a picture of a canned good or something up there, because they don't have anything on who this Jim Chaney cat is. We need to find out. I'm going to do some research, find out this, because this is the real story behind the story. Offensive analyst for Sean Payton. So Sean Payton bringing in an offensive analyzer of his office. So does this guy have the ability to pull Payton's coattail when he out there running passing plays 15 times in a row? Who is this Jim Chaney guy? Don't worry, we'll figure that out. We'll start looking into it. But this is really the story behind the story. How dare they try to slip this in on the back end of here? And when I looked it up, I said to myself, who is this offensive analyzer? You mean to tell me Sean Payton done slipped in, Coach Payton done slipped in the offensive analyst onto his staff to analyze what he's doing? My only thing is, the guy has 37 years of coaching experience. That's a long time to be coaching. But the reality is, does he have the ability to pull Coach Payton's coattail? That's all I want to know. We'll delve into more on Jim Chaney as time moves on. All right, and then, of course, we're going to complete this storyline as well by looking at and this comes from Saints Wire, but what could a Saints-Seahawks trade for Russell Wilson look like? It's still a hot, burning topic here as well, and we'll see. You'll see what's going on.
What's up, Jay Dent in the building? What's up, fam? Good to see you. Superstar Louisiana boy, Revolt Control. Big ups to all you guys. Young City Ninth Ward, JL Dent, I think that is. Big ups to you. Said, what the? You know what I know. How about that? Did Coach Payton bring in an offensive? He brought in an offensive analyst. They slipped all this in on the back end and like we wasn't going to pay attention to it. Payton brought in an offensive analyst. This is big. This is the biggest story out of all this other crap they're talking about. Will this guy, my question is, does Chaney have the ability to pull Payton's coattail? If he's calling 13, 14, 15 straight passing plays, if he's being stubborn with the playbooking, is he, what, you know, is that his job? I mean, we're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to figure it out because that's the biggest news right there. The hell with that other stuff. All right, what could Saints Seahawks for trade for us? This is pretty good. I'm gonna share this with y'all from Saints Wire. Jim Sigler did a very good job on this. Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson continued to pop up in trade speculation. NFL Network's Michael Silva reported in February that the teams who called Seattle believed it would take 3 first-round picks to get the ball rolling. And talks have since continued per Deanna Rossini from ESPN. So that's a price someone might be willing to pay. Of course it is. Could one interested buyer be the New Orleans Saints? Of course. Yes, of course. Let's see what it takes. Maybe they don't have a clear heir to Drew Brees, and of course they don't. Who is expected to announce his retirement after taking $24 million pay cut to help the team's salary cap situation? Taysom Hill didn't look like a long-term fix in his handful of starts. Winston has a stronger resume but isn't under contract. Wilson would provide the stability New Orleans needs at quarterback. Amen, brother. But acquiring him is tricky. His 2021 cap hit isn't a problem at just $19 million for any team that he's traded to, all which is made up in base salary that can be restructured for even more flexibility. Now, the Saints are in a fluid situation and there's inconsistent data out there, but estimates put them between 59 to 64 million above the projected cap. Nice improvement over the 101, or so they started out in the red. They have a lot more work to do, but finances wouldn't be much of a hurdle if they want to go get Wilson, and they'll have every incentive to do. But what would it cost? Here's his suggestion. Here's John Sigler's suggestions. Who that to you, Pelican Nola? Good to see you in the building as well. And this is what he suggests, this is, by the way, actually, this is a pretty good call by Sigler. He says the offer starts with 3 first-round picks, number 28 this year, the Saints' top selection in 2022 and in 2023. That seems like a lot, but their last 3 first-round picks were Marcus Davenport and Cesar Ruiz. Remember, the Saints gave up 2 picks to get Davenport. And also they traded and drafted Cesar Ruiz. Davenport hasn't played a full season of football and going into his 4th year. Cesar Ruiz was drafted as a center, did not play the guard position, wasn't what he did when he was a freshman. But he did not play the center. You know, he was drafted as a center because he was like one of the top 3 best centers in the draft. But was moved to a guard, struggled awfully. He was undersized. He was not strong enough. In many games, he got manhandled. He looked bad. They benched him for months on end before he got an opportunity to get in there and play. It wasn't a seamless transaction. Now, he got better toward the back end of the deal, but he'll have to restart again this year at the center position. So it's a whole new thing. So you'll have a new center and Ruiz playing that position because he played guard last year. McCoy shifts to guard. Caesar shifts to center. So remember that. That's the last 2 first-round picks. Actually, 3 first-rounders you used on 2 on Davenport, 1 on Ruiz. Think about that for a second. Think about that. Now let's continue. Which I always said, why, you're just going to screw up the picks anyway. I always say that, and Davenport wasn't a good move. All right, let's keep it going on this thing right here. He also did ads here about after mentioning that. That's not all to take, though. The Saints aren't the only team who could be in on Wilson, even if others aren't on his approval list. Another team might make a better offer, and Wilson could talk himself into joining them. So the Saints need to do more to sweeten the deal. Simply adding more picks isn't viable per the NFL rules. Teams can only swap picks up to year 2023 right now. Now, with the selections in 2024 becoming available after this year's draft, piling on a 2nd-round selection is a tough sell because you'll need those picks to make up for what you've lost in the 1st round. Thank you, Kai. Brother Kai, appreciate the super chat. Says Q, just my 2 cents. Sign Jameis, draft the QB, i.e. Newman, Book, Lance, and build a young contending team with a ferocious defense. Play the long game. Thank you, KT. KT, the Southern Gent. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the super chat. Much love to you. And thank you for that. Yeah, well, we'll see. Sean Payton has, 3 years left on his contract? So I don't know if that's a part of it. He trying to win right now unless the Saints are willing. Of course, they're going to be willing to extend Sean Payton. But when his contract is due, somebody might come with heavy hands and an opportunity to be a coach / GM that'll pry him away from us. So you got 3 years left with Sean Payton. Do they play the long game? That's the point. He's not a guy that likes to draft quarterbacks. We know this, but those are good selection, comments right there. Thank you, KT. Appreciate you, brother. All right, let's get back to the article here. So let's look at the roster and consider packaging veteran players in a deal. Now, this isn't an opportunity to get rid of unpopular players like Davenport. You ain't gonna get much value for Davenport. Or 3-time Pro Bowl guard Andrews Pete, who's coming off an off year. You're not gonna get much value for him, and you just simply want to move him. There are teams that'll take him off your hands, but you still got to fill that hole. And there will be plenty of debate among fans about. And listen, let me add this about Andrews Pete. Let's say the Saints trade Terron Armstead or simply let's say they release him. Let's see, because that could very well happen. Let's say they release Chaney, right? Let's say they release Terron Armstead. If you release Terron Armstead, you're going to need somebody to put there. Now, Ryan Ramczyk, he gets his extension. You can move him to left tackle. Let's say Andrews Pete could be played into that right tackle position. So, I mean, he has value, but a lot of people want to see him go because of his contract. But I think that'll be restructured as well. We'll see. Now, moving forward, let's keep it going. Players among the best of the peers like Kamara, Ramczyk, Lattimore. Trading Thomas has been a hot topic this offseason, but the Seahawks probably wouldn't be interested in him. They've already had some horses at receiver in DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. Cam Jordan would add a lot of juice to their defensive line, as would David Onyemata. But the losses New Orleans is taking up front free agency might make them weary of moving either player. Remember, they're not done cutting away. So let's look at the first trio. Kamara impressed Seahawks coach Pete Carroll in 2019, leaving Carroll gushing over him. I say Kamara's off limits. After he dropped 161 scrimmage yards and a pair of touchdowns on Seattle's defense, it's easy to see Carroll fall in love with Kamara, much like he was infatuated with Jimmy Graham's talent. They have gotten anything out of Rashard Penny, a first-round draft pick, and Chris Carson has a tenuous hold on the top running back spot, not to mention he's a pending free agent. Now, Ramczyk's a great tackle, but the Seahawks have a solid set bookends of Dwayne Brown on the left, Brandon Shell on the other, and he's probably untouchable. So it gets to the Saints to, giving them a premium paid. It gets the Saints giving the premium paid to tackles. So Armstead, in his final year of the contract, it's vital the Saints establish some consistency at one tackle spot or either the other, ideally by signing both of them to extensions. We'll see. I think Terron Armstead, this could be it for him. Now, he very well can extend out, but, you got a pretty much a youth movement going on the offensive line. Saints might want to look at doing that. Trading Terron Armstead might be in the books better for you to get picks for him because you don't have a lot of money. Perhaps moving Terron via trade to somebody else and then drafting a selection there or bringing somebody in. I mean, that's something I would look at. I think Terron Armstead, just like Thomas Morstead and Drew Brees, have given great years, and it's time to move the positions into the future. Now, of course, Terron Armstead could stay and restructure for a cheaper deal, but I think it'd be feasible from a long-range standpoint for them to move on and build a young offensive line. They already got really good players on that line already. McCoy is getting better. Ruiz is going to solidify. Ramczyk is going to be the best guy there, and you're going to have to look to kind of continue to build that thing going forward. Now, with all that being said, that leaves us with Lattimore, Pro Bowl cornerback Ryan Ramczyk. He's a year away from free agency on his fifth-year option, moving him would also free up $10 million against the cap. Unlike Ramczyk, he's been inconsistent throughout his career and playing close to $20 million. As top corners earn these days is dicey. Seattle still haven't replaced Richard Sherman as their alpha cornerback, and maybe Carroll can be swayed into believing he can coach Lattimore up to his potential. So just bear with me now on this because he's working up to something, and we're going to get into it. Now, ironically, three-time Pro Bowl guard Pete would be a good fit in Seattle. And Seahawks don't have a real left guard they can trust with Michael Ipati retiring and Jordan Simmons underwhelming there. Could he be packaged with Lattimore and several draft picks to get the deal done? Maybe so. Now, this is what the guy is saying, that this is his proposal, right? And you tell me what y'all think about this. All right. So he wants to move. Now, this is his idea of getting Russell Wilson. He gives up Lattimore. He gives him Andrews Pete. He gives him the 2021 first round pick, which is 28 this year. He gives him the first round pick for next year, and he gives him a second round pick with a condition to become a first rounder if Wilson leads the league in passing yardage or wins the Super Bowl. I think that is a interesting call. Very interesting. Now, Laddie Daddy, I really don't want to get rid of Laddie Daddy. You know, I like Andrews Pete, but a lot of people say Pete's contract is they overpaid for Pete, and that's true. They did. They were forced to, you know, because they wanted Joe Tunney, and Tunney was, you know, he was signed by the Patriots at the time, so they had to back up on Pete. So they give him the $57 million. But if they restructure him, it'll look a little different. But Andrews Pete moved to Seattle with Laddie Daddy in two first-round picks in 21, 22, and then 23 is a second-round pick that flips to a first if Wilson wins the Super Bowl or leads the NFL in passing yards. How y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about this here? Y'all let me know in the chat how y'all feel about that. That to me, I don't want to really get rid of Lattimore, but it takes some money. It takes Andrews' big contract off you. Y'all know I like Pete. But it takes Andrews' fat money contract away from you. It takes Marshawn Laddie Daddy away from, which I really don't want to lose that corner. And then you surrender 2 first-round picks this year and next year, then a second-round pick in 2023 that can become a first if the Saints win the Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. How do you feel about that? All right. A lot of people don't want to lose Lattimore. You know, and of course, your line takes a hit because regardless if you like Andrews Pete or not, he's a 2-time Pro Bowl. He was banged up last year. Marshawn Lattimore has, you know, had some solid seasons. He's not all been there, but perhaps he can get coached up a little bit better. Remember, each position group that we're talking about with Marshawn Lattimore as well as Andrews Pete are getting new coaches there. You know, so you had an assistant in Nugent who was there, but maybe he comes in and do a little something different to kind of get Andrews Pete up there. You get me? Perhaps. Perhaps. So with that being said, where do you go from there? You know, what do you do? What do we need to do to get it? So with that being said, let's keep on moving. Let's go ahead and move this thing along a little further. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the chat. Now, the Saints might object to that conditional pick, but there's where Wilson's leverage comes into play. There's no trade clause where he can choose to waive, giving him a rare input. He can step in and demand that the Seahawks accept it. The other could still offer better deals, but he can force his hand if he chooses. In the interest of still getting a nice return, Seattle might concede to that. Now, there are other tweaks available. Seattle could put a laser focus on Kamara. Maybe the Saints try and sell Carroll on Taysom Hill as the paragon of his preferred ground and pound style of pay. Maybe he puts his foot down and demands the 3 first-round pick with no strangers tags. So we'll see how it all shakes, but this is an interesting take that I wanted to share with the family members about this one. Laddie Daddy, Andrews Pete, 2 first-rounders in 21, 22, and then a second that can be churned into a first if Russell Wilson wins the Saints the Super Bowl or leads the NFL in passing yards. Most interesting. All right, thank you, Simply Tasha. She says it's 103 people in the chat, only 41 that hit the chat where he said, what's up with that? Hit the button. Thank you, Tasha. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you and appreciate you. So let's go over it again, family. Let's hit the replay on it and go over the articles that we went over it. And Saints released longtime punter Tommy Morstead to save $2.5 million in cap space. And a big deal with Tommy Morstead, man, being terminated. The Saints, of course, it was a cap move. It's moving on. It's time to go into the future. Of course, the Saints didn't restructure Will Lutz's contract, saving $1.7 million on it. So 2.5 from Morstead's release and 1.7 from the restructure of Will Lutz. The Saints still adding over $3 million between their punter and kicker to get that money down. More on the way. More on the way. And of course, we talked about the Saints additions of the new coaching staff, including this character right here, Jim Chaney, who doesn't even have a damn picture. about who the hell is Jim Chaney and Sean Payton bringing this man in as the offensive analyst to his offense. So Sean Payton's bringing somebody in to kind of help him keep this offense balanced, perhaps. We'll have to look at this. And of course, they'll talk about this later on moving forward, about which direction needs to happen with this team in terms of that. But that's the most interesting article, if you ask me, pertaining to that. So with that being said, all I can say is this, is that this is a fantastic time to be a Who Dat man and front line in center. Let me tell you something, baby. And then, of course, we come full circle with the Seahawks trade for Russell Wilson. What does that look like? We talked about that as well. So with that being said, family, we're going to get back to the mainstream. And listen, all I can say, family, is that this is terrific. That's good calls, as you can see right there. The Saints announces some of the coaching moves and coaching staff moves as well. I'm going to do some more information or researching, rather, on Chaney to find out, because that is a big story within itself. We often talked about Sean Payton, his situation in terms of him having too much control over the offense, him needing to turn the offensive play scheme over to Pete Carmichael so that he can have an opportunity to oversee the team as a whole. And that's something that I am a big promoter of. But this offensive assistant that is now we have here, we have to figure out who the hell that guy is and what role he plays and serves. And so we'll be looking now, because I'm pretty sure sooner or later Coach Payton's going to speak on those guys as well. So what's up, JT? Big ups to you. Daron, what's up, JT? Daron, who that to you, brothers? Good to see y'all in the chat. Javier, who that to you? Javier, big ups to you as well. And all the rest of the family members. Lori, what's up, Lori? Who that to you, Lori? Much love. Space Ghost, what's up, fam? Jay Benz in the building. What's up, fam? Seabrook Fish and Sinkers, what's up, fam? Big ups to you. Cool Music Live, who that to you as well? Much love to you. Thank you guys, Pelican Nola, all you guys for jumping in on the show. And listen, fam, that's going to do it for today's show, Sports Coma for today. I appreciate you guys for chiming in on the show today. You guys have been splendid. Please feel free to hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, please feel free to subscribe as well. Hit the bell right now. So if you're not a subscriber, man, join the realest show talking about that black and gold, the Sports Coma. What's up, Breton Threats? What's up, fam? Big ups to you as well. I appreciate all you guys for jumping in this thing, man, and the rest of the fam. But remember, fam, tomorrow I'm going to do a longer show tomorrow. Don't feel bad. I really want to be with you guys and talk some more with you, but I'm kind of antsy on time, and I got several other shows I got to do as well to keep up. What's up, Ethan? Ethan, big ups to you. Says, what is the Saints fire sale? No, it's when you're $60 million over the cap. Everybody got to go. And restructuring and all this kind of stuff, and that's never been that much before. But it is what it is. You got to they got to the 17th of this month to get underneath that money or be penalized by the NFL. So they've got to do it, and it ain't easy, but you got to get up under that number. We knew it was coming. It is here now. So with that being said, I'd like to thank all you guys for chiming in on the show tonight. Please feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, join our YouTube channel, join our YouTube membership channel. It helps out the platform. Also join our Patreon, patreon.com/the Pro Media Network, patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. And remember, we'll be back tomorrow with a longer show. On a Friday special, we have Black Suede in the building. We'll open up the chat for questions, concerns, comments, and we'll cover some more news and notes on the show. So I'm Big Q chiming out on this stuff. Appreciate y'all for hollering. I'm gonna see y'all later. Much love to you. Peace.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the Sports Coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Suede, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the Sports Coma, all we know is Saints Super Bowl.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
ready to